Welcome to Behind the Camera. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and we are a husband and wife team successfully accomplishing businesses' goals as their marketing companion and capturing moments in time worth cherishing.
Join us in conversation about being business owners, understanding the digital world, and our experiences.
Thanks for joining us on this podcast. We are officially behind the camera.
Indeed, we are. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and we are the owners of Ghost Dog Media LLC and Maddie's Moments Photography.
Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Camera.
Sure.
Well, what do you say we just talk a little bit about who we are and what we do and why we do it and why we love doing it?
That's true. Let's do that. Do you want to start or do you want me to do it?
I think you should start. It would take us back to where it all began for you. What got you into this and what got you into cameras and photos and what you do?
Facts. Okay, so I would say for me, it started at Bethany Lutheran College. You probably started shortly before that. You probably started in high school. But
yeah, I started way back at middle school probably.
Yeah.
That's when I first started getting into it.
Facts. So at Bethany, you have to take an art credit. And for me, the class that fit in my schedule and didn't make me have to get up early at 8 a.m. was photography. So I took photography, and you were in photography right at the beginning. And I think you sat one or two desks away from me.
I sat, if you walk in the classroom, I sat at the far wall, right in the, was it not the very back desk, but the second to back, last desk in the back.
And so we were kitty corner because I was on the very last row and I was directly diagonal from you. So I looked at the back of your head every day.
Weirdo.
Well, I did. I was just behind you, so that's what you look at.
I guess.
But anyway, so I had to take photography, and I took it because, I like to sleep in, so that's just how that is. And so I took the class.
Every college student ever. That's
true. So I took the class, and I don't think that I actually even acknowledged you until the last month when we started doing the final project.
Yeah, I mean, I was just there, didn't really say much. Just did my thing. Showed up to class, so did the homework, did the assignments, and then
left.
That's it. That's all I did. I didn't go out of my way to meet new people. That class was full of, it was the most kids I ever had in a Bethany class.
Yeah, true. Bethany classes are really small. They're typically 6 or 10 people. And I think that class, we had almost 30 people.
Yeah, there's probably 30 people. The classroom is full, and I was just, I'm just not big crowd person. I'm not a big crowd person. So I just minded my own business, did my own thing. And
yeah, I actually think that the first time I talked to you was about your final project. You had a picture of one of our good friends, and I texted you about him, and I was like, oh, hey, how did you do this? Or how'd you get this effect? Because I was trying to figure it out for my project, and I had no idea how to do it. And you're the only one in the class who had figured it out. And so I texted you, and I was like, how did you do that? And I think that really helped us form kind of a friendship a little bit at first, and we actually talked about things because we just bounced ideas off of each other really easily.
Right.
And then I think any couple, you just kind of start talking, and then you're like, oh, are we actually dating? Because we spend every waking moment together.
Yeah, we do everything together, and
yeah,
that's kind of how we met. Photography class.
Yeah, which kind of started our business too, in really all honesty. Because after that, we kind of started working on other projects, and I started my Maddie's Moments Photography in photography class because my project was animals. So I had a lot of families come to me when I'd ask if I could shoot their dog or their horse or whatever. They'd be like, well, you're out here anyways. Will you just take a couple pictures of our family? And I was like, yeah, sure, that's cool. And it was kind of a trade-off to use their animal for my project. And then, yeah, I kind of had to start a business because I got really busy with it, which is great. It was awesome. And I still have a lot of those clients today, which is cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
But so that was kind of how that one started. Maddie's Moments really just kind of was a class thing, and then it became a hobby, and now it's what we do full time. So it really just kind of developed super quickly.
Within a couple of years, full time, enough clients to make enough money to pay the bills.
Right.
And then how did Ghost Dog start?
Ghost Dog has a little bit more of a complicated story because I think, you can say what you think, but I think Ghost Dog really started before we actually started the business. Whether we knew it or not, I think we'd run Ghost Dog for 8 months prior to actually setting up a business for Ghost Dog. We were already making networking connections with people and being oh yeah, we do this stuff. if you ever need anybody, like, I'd surely help you out. Like, it wasn't ever anything like super formal, but it was always like, oh, lend a hand for this. And like at the time I was in a full-time position where I was doing something very similar. And so I was learning all of the like routine steps and kind of helping them build their area of marketing. Right. And so it was kind of like this, we're already doing it. Why don't we have a name for ourselves? And then we booked like our very big like first client like a month, I think, maybe 2 months before.
I think it was probably about a month. And then we just said, well, if we're going to do this, we should probably make it a business and not get in trouble with the government and taxes, and we just do it the right way and see where it goes.
Start off.
It's not that much work to start an LLC, so we just went for it. And I think the hardest part was coming up with a name. Right.
And then like we were in like the process of trying to figure it out, and we had like, it was a list. I mean, we had like a list of like random things, like shower thought names. It was ridiculous. It was kind of crazy what we'd all come up with. And like one day one of our clients came to us and we're like, oh, you're like a ghost in our company. It's awesome. Like, I don't ever have to worry about you guys. You just kind of do your thing and you kind of leave. And I was like, ghosts. I was like, that's kind of like,
it's kind of cool.
It was like during my lunch break too. And I was like, hey, Matt, someone said ghost today. What do you think of that? And Matt's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then we like started bouncing ideas off each other and ended up ghost dog, because we're both like, well, dogs are cute and cuddly and
we
like dogs and they're cute. So we're going to go with that. So that's really why Ghost Dog Media came, and that was kind of it.
That's kind of it. That's kind of how it started, and now we're here. We're doing the videos and graphic design and social media stuff and websites and you name it, we're doing it. And
it's true. We've kind of created, I love it. You love it. We've kind of created ourselves to be like this one-stop shop in Mankato, and that's kind of been like the whole focus. Was we hated in like school or like anything, like really any industry you're in, you really want to be able to go one place and just be done.
Yeah, you don't want to go, I need a video person, so I'm hiring this person, and I need graphic designers, so I'm going to hire these people, and now I need someone to run my Facebook, Instagram, so I'm going to hire this other person, and now all three of these people have to work together. And we just thought it would be easier what if you just hired one person to do your video, your social media, your graphic design, your website, and then you're all as a owner of a company, all you're doing is talking to one person, and they know everything that's going on. And
we really like streamlined the process. Like, it's the two of us, and we like that portion of it, and we like that aspect of it, because our clients come to us, inquire with us, get to know us, and then we're like, okay, yeah, we'll offer these services to you, and they work with us directly, whatever, for their time, their project, or monthly based project, and we're kind of the people they talk to. So there's no like in between guy, which has really helped for certain projects. Right,
and they're not explaining the same thing to 5 different people to get the social media and the videos and the website all to match and be cohesive. They're just, here's what I want. They come to us, we hear them out, and we say, this is what we need to do to make everything flow and match, from the website to social media to the content you're making for advertising. So
and some designers, when they do freelance, is just the one, like, it's just them, they're just their single entity, and I think they're like, oh yeah, like I never have anybody to bounce ideas off of, or like a lot of husband and wives, I think they have the problem of you become so like single-minded that you like think the same thing all the time, which is true. I think we do, but our difference is that you're a very visual person, and I'm super like strategic, and like I like my numbers. Yeah, so like it really helps because I'm kind of the brains, and you're like, okay, here's how we piece that together and actually make that a visual representation of what you're thinking, because I'm like, okay, here are the stats for this client, here's what they need to do, here's the clients we need to reach from them, like their B2C marketing, and you just kind of put it together, which is, I think, works really well, because we are able to collaborate, but we're not one head, you know, because we are completely different
couples.
Yeah, so I think that works really well too. I think something cool about Matt and I too is that we have not really limited ourselves to a certain like business dynamic. Like, we work with clients that do business to business marketing and business to consumer marketing, and we work with clients that we, you know, see a couple times a year, like, oh, we got this event going on, or we're doing this testimonial, stuff like that, and we work with them on like a project basis too, which is cool. So we're in a lot of different industries and a lot of different business sizes. I mean, we have some businesses that are corporate and like huge, like probably 500 plus employees.
Right.
And then we have other businesses, like it's this, you know, just this one entity in house, you know, making whatever they're doing work. And so it's like really 1 to 500 employees. Like we never know what the next day is going to bring because we have no idea which client's going to contact us, which is cool. And we're super thankful that we have this wide range, because I think, Matt, you lean more on the corporate side of the enjoyment of work. You like the corporate stuff.
I like corporate stuff. It's less run and gun. You get a little bit time to like think things through, prepare yourself for what you're going to come. And some of the other clients we have are like, well, we're doing this thing today and we want video of it, and it's happening at this time. So that's all the information you get. You show up with a camera, maybe some lights. If you get lucky, you can set them up, or you just grab your camera, you set all the settings, and you run and gun, which can be a little more stressful because you never know what you're going to get. You could miss something. And corporate stuff is like, this is what we need to get. This is how we're going to get it. And that's how it's going to be. And you're going to have time to set up all the lights and the audio stuff, and it's going to sound good. And it's going to look good, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Right. And see, that's funny because I sit more on the, like, I like the small businesses and the run and gun, and, like, I love weddings. Like, I'm a big wedding, like, person. Like, if you're reading your love letter to your significant other, I will probably cry with you. Like, that's just how it goes. I'm the more sentimental one. And so, like, the fact, and like, I'm usually the organized one. Like, I usually have everything like timed out for a day, and like, here's what we're doing today. And like, when we go to a wedding, like, I have like this book of like pictures of like, here's shots I want, Matt, and like, here's the time of everything and what we're doing at what time. Right. And Matt's like super like, well, we'll just get there and see what happens, which is hilarious because we talk about corporate stuff and you like the planning side of the corporate stuff. Yeah. And I am the planner and I like the like randomized stuff. Like, it's just so weird and kind of how it works, but
weird.
That's true.
We're kind of opposite. You plan and then don't want to make a plan for work, and then I don't plan anything out, and then when it comes to like doing video or photo, I want to plan. Right.
It's so weird. And so I don't know, there's got to be some personality test out there. If there is, someone should let us know, but I would love to know where we sit personality wise. Like, because when we did our wedding, when we did the like thing with our pastor, the counseling with your pastor, we did like that personality test, and we were almost identical.
Yeah.
And I looked at Matt and I was like, there's no way this is right. Like, we were so different. And the pastor was like, nope, you guys are the same person. And I've never seen that before. So I don't know. It works. I guess I won't question it.
Don't question anything.
That's true.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah. We usually do. We're kind of go with the flow people.
Yeah. Try to be.
Yeah. We've been in business for like a year now. Maybe we end the podcast because now they kind of know about us. Do we end it with some of our favorite things that have happened in the last year? Because February is our 1-year anniversary. We started the business on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
That's when it was officially opened?
Yeah. That's when we like filed all the paperwork.
Interesting.
So we really love our business. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Nerd.
I know. So what's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory
in the last year.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
I gotta bring up the wedding memory that I reference quite often. We were at a wedding. I don't know when it was. It was
over the summer.
Yeah, it was a summer wedding. And this kid comes up behind me, and he was like, we were doing the ceremony, and I was kind of like a side angle, and he was kind of sitting next to me at the ceremony kind of the whole time. And he was watching me pretty closely. Like, what are you doing? You know, like any kid does. And he was playing with something. I didn't even really notice it at the time. Well, after the wedding stopped, he came up to us, and he was just like, I like spiders. And I was like, okay, kid, yeah, I like spiders too.
Yeah, you said that.
I'm absolutely terrified. Like, I hate spiders. And then, like, we were doing pictures, like, a couple hours later. And the kid must have still kind of recognized who we are. Maybe we were new, you know, so we're cool to talk to. And he was like, it was cold. He was, you know, your nose is running.
It was a cold and rainy day.
And he's, like, licking his nose, like, eating his boogers. It was something. And he comes up to me, he goes, those are salty. And I was like, I just watched this kid eat his boogers, and now he's telling me they're salty. Like, I don't know what to say. And I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't eat your boogers. Like, I had no idea what to say to this kid. So I just, like, laughed and kind of walked away, and I think the mom was just horrified.
That her kid was eating boogers and
I think
talking to you about that?
Yeah, I think he was just horrified. The kid was super cute. Like, he had his little suspenders on, and, like, I just had to laugh because I don't think I've ever had a kid tell me his boogers were salty before on a wedding day, but
there's a first for everything. Yeah,
so sometimes when it's cold outside now and we're doing photo things, I'll turn to Matt and I'll be like, It's salty. And, like, just kind of make fun of him for it because I think it's hilarious. It's been a great, like, inside joke now for, like, the last few months. It's great. Yeah. So what's your favorite memory, Matt?
That's too hard. I don't know.
You got to have something.
Them all. I like them all.
What's your favorite project? The video stuff, but, like, what video?
They all suck. Just kidding. They don't all suck. I don't know. I like them all. I can't pick one. There's not one that like sticks out to me. It's like, this is the best thing I ever did in my whole life. You know?
Okay.
I got nothing for you.
You're no fun.
I try not to be fun. All business. All.
That is so not true. We are not all business people. Don't let them fool you.
All I do is think, breathe, and live business. No fun for me.
No fun ever.
Just kidding.
Well, maybe we'll bring fun next time on the podcast with our next topic. But until then, I'm going to go to the other side of the camera because this is not my side.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable with it.
Cool, let's go that way.
Thanks for listening to your favorite marketing companions.
Don't forget to follow us on socials at Ghost Dog Media and Maddie's Moments Photography. And check us out on our website, ghostdog.media.
Tune in again soon so you don't miss out on any of our podcast moments.
Until next time.